Hello all, I am Dr. Pravas Anjanbal. In today's class, we will discuss about the simplification of context-free grammar. So why we need to simplify the context-free grammar? Because sometimes some context-free grammar contains some useless variables or useless predictions. Okay. Due to these useless variables or useless predictions, the context-free grammar means unable to generate the string, unable to generate the terminal string, okay, or we can say like sentence. Okay, that means in simply we can say that if the context-free grammar contains any useless variable or some useless predictions, then we cannot generate the terminal strings or sentence. Okay, so to generate the string, or terminal string or sentence from the context-free grammar, we need to simplify every context-free grammar. To simplify every context-free grammar means we need to eliminate the some useless variables or useless predictions. Okay, so what is the meaning of useless variables or useless predictions? See here. Okay, simplification of context-free grammar. To simplify the grammar means context-free grammar eliminate the following variables or predictions. Eliminate the following variables or predictions. Okay, now this is the first point. Eliminate these three variables or predictions. The first variable is called as useless variable. The second prediction is called as unit prediction. The third prediction is called as null prediction. That means if the context-free grammar contains the useless variable or contains the unit prediction or contains the null prediction, we need to eliminate all these variables or predictions. Okay, so what is the meaning of useless variable? Now we'll see. Okay, the first point is called useless variable. That means what? If the context-free grammar contains the useless variable, we should remove or we should eliminate the all useless variables from the context-free grammar. So what is the meaning of useless variable? Say useless variable means eliminate the variable which are not producing any terminal string. Eliminate the variable which are not producing any terminal string. This is called useless variable. And there are two conditions generally for useless variable: which are not producing any terminal string, and eliminate the variables which are not required for the derivation process. So there are two conditions generally: which are not producing any terminal string, and which are not required for the derivation process. So there are two conditions generally: which are not producing any terminal string and which are not required for the derivation process. This is called as useless variable. So now we'll see. Now we'll try to understand what is the meaning of a useless variable with the help of one example. Okay, this is the first example. Eliminate the useless variable from the context-free grammar. Okay, this is one context-free grammar. Now we'll eliminate if the context-free grammar contains an useless variable, we have to remove this useless variable. Okay, so now say useless variable means which are not producing any terminal string, or which are not required for the derivation process, then we'll eliminate. Okay, now we'll see. Suppose E to D. Here condition, there are two conditions: which are not producing any terminal string. The second condition is which are not required for the derivation process. Okay, now we'll check the second condition, E to D. E to D is not required for the derivation process, because here the starting symbol. Now we'll derive the starting symbol. Suppose A is to AB, Then we'll derive A to B here, A to B. Then we'll derive B to C here, B to C. Then we'll derive C to, let I'm taking here A to D or B to C, we can take anyone. Let I'm using A to D. Okay. Now I'll use D to let BD, BD. But here E to D is one of the unnecessary variable or useless variable, we can say. But we don't use E to D production for the derivation process. So E to D is a useless variable. So E to D is a useless variable. Now we'll check, is there any other useless variables present in the context-free grammar or not? Say D to BD slash AC, D to BD slash AC. Here D to BD slash AC. Okay, D to BD slash AC is useless variable or not? See here, D to BD slash AC does not contain any terminal string. Does not contain any terminal string. Means we can get any terminal. That means here, suppose D to BD. Suppose D2 I am using BD. Here D2 again. D2 means suppose I am using AC. Suppose C2 again ADBC, again BC, but it cannot be terminated. So D to BDAC is also useless variable. Now we'll see similarly C to ADBC. C to ADBC is also useless variable. Because it has no terminal string. Right? Similarly, B2, see here, okay, C, D, E, all are useless variables. Since there is no C or D, so we should not use B2C production also. Okay, B2C production. So these are called as useless variable. Okay. Now we'll check the final context-free grammar A to AB, then A to A slash B, B to A, B to B are called as what? Final context-free grammar. Final context-free grammar. Final context-free grammar means these context-free grammar. From these context-free grammar, we can also generate the string or sentence. Means how? Suppose this is my final context-free grammar. Now here A to AB, let A to B, let B to small b, here B to small b. That means it will generate what? BB, the string like BB. Okay, so this is called as the final context-free grammar, right? So these are the useless variables. Now, okay, these are the useless variables. Now we can eliminate all useless variables. Okay. Now we'll see one more example. One more example here. S2, this is the second question. S2 AB, these are the context-free grammar. Now we'll check, is there any useless variable present or not. See here, D to B is the useless variable. Because D to B does not require for the derivation process, because all productions does not contain any non-terminal like D. Okay. So now we'll check C to AB or BC. See here, C does not have, means the product non-terminal C does not have any terminal string. Means we cannot generate any terminal from C production or C non-terminal. So C is the also useless variable. Now we'll check from B also. B to BC, then BA, then BA. Similarly, B does not contain any useless variable. Does not contain any useless variable. Sorry. The production B or the non-terminal B does not contain any terminal string. Does not contain any terminal string. So B is also useless variable. Does not contain any terminal string means, suppose for example, B has productions like B or C. Suppose I am taking B, C. Then we can use C. Let I am using here A, B. Then B we can use again B. B like suppose let I am again using BA. BA. Again I am using B2, BC. But it cannot be terminated. It cannot be terminated. Means it will give the strings like what? BA, BA, then B, then C, means capital C, then A. So it is not a string. It is not a string because C is a variable. Because C is a variable or non-terminal. C is a variable or non-terminal. So B to BC, BA is a useless variable. Since there is no BC production, so A to BC means A to BC is also useless variable. Because since there is no B or C production, because B and C productions are useless productions, so A to BC is also useless variable. See here, since there is no BC, so AB is also useless variable. Okay, AB is also useless variable means S2 AB is also useless variable. Okay, so now these are called as the useless variables. Now we'll check the final context-free grammar. Final context-free grammar is S to A, then A to B. See here, S has only one terminal, means S to A. So A to B is also useless variable. A to B means A to B means entire A productions means A to BC slash B is also useless variable, because A to B which are not required means A to B means this production is not required for the derivation process, because S has only one terminal means S to A. S has only one terminal. Okay, so A to B is okay. So S to A is the final context-free grammar. Okay, so all are useless variable except one production. So these are called as the useless variables, and these are called as, this one is called as final context-free grammar. Next we'll see the second simplification of grammar is unit production. Next one is called as unit production. So what is the meaning of unit production? Here, any production is in the form A to B. Any production is in the form capital A to capital B is known as unit production. A to B. A to B means the A is here non-terminal, A is here non-terminal, and B is also here non-terminal. A and B both are non-terminal. And one thing is here, A is a single non-terminal and B is also a single non-terminal. Okay, the leftmost side or the LHS side of the production is one non-terminal, and the RHS side of the production is also one non-terminal. Means one non-terminal. It must contain, means the left part contain only one non-terminal and the right part contain only one non-terminal. It's called as unit production. Okay, any production is in the form A to B. See here, it is A to B. A to B is also unit production because the left side is one non-terminal and the right side is one non-terminal. Similarly, B to C is also unit production because the left side is one non-terminal and the right side is one non-terminal. Similarly, C to D is a unit production because the left side is one non-terminal, the right side is one non-terminal. Okay, so we can use A to B production is there and B to C production is there, so we can replace B by C, means A to C we can write. Since C to D production is there, we can also replace C by D. We can also replace C by D. Since D production is there, since D to A production is there, we can also replace A. Means the final production is called A to A. Unnecessary, we should not write all these unit productions. Okay, so we can directly write to A to, we can directly write A to A, right? So this is called as unit production. Okay, now we'll try to understand what is the meaning of unit production with the help of one example. Okay, now we'll see eliminate the unit production. Eliminate the unit production from the context-free grammar. Means if the context-free grammar contains any unit production, so we should eliminate these unit productions. How? Remember, before eliminating the unit production, first replace the corresponding productions. First replace the corresponding productions or corresponding RHS part of the production. Okay, what is the meaning here? S to A, here S to A means S to A is not a unit production. S to A is not a unit production. Okay, that's simply right. S to B, S means S to B is a unit production. Since S to B is a unit production, so we should remove or we should eliminate these unit production. Before eliminating these unit production, first replace all corresponding B elements. All corresponding B elements. B elements means here B to A and B to BB. Means here S to B, S to A will replace S to A will replace what? S to A slash S to BB. But S to A is again a S to BB, simply write BB. But S to A is also unit production. Now we'll replace again A productions. Means A to BC. A to BC. Then A to B is also unit production. Then A to B is also unit production. Since A to B is a unit production, then we will replace B elements, means B productions. So B to A, B to BB, B to again A, B to BB. But BB is already there, means it will just repeat. So no need to write. So A such the final productions like S to A, BB, A and BC. Now we'll check similarly. B to A is a unit production. B to A is a unit production. Now we'll replace A elements. A elements are here A, BC, A slash BC, then B. Okay. Again B to B. B to B means is again a unit production. Now we'll replace B by A, but A elements are there already there. Now B replace means BB. Now it is BB. Okay. Now we'll see the A production. A productions are here. A to A is not a unit production. Okay, simply write. A to BC is not a unit production. Simply write. Then A to B is a unit production. A to B is a unit production. Means here A to B is a unit production. Now simply replace B elements. B elements are what? B to A and B to BB. Okay, but B to BB is not a unit production. Now B to A is a unit production. B to A is a unit production. Now we'll replace A elements, but A elements we have already replaced, means A to A is there, A to BC already there, means it will just repeat. Okay, so these are called as unit productions. So if any contest free grammar contains the unit production, so we need to replace, we need to first replace the corresponding elements, then we'll eliminate this unit production. Okay, so for in today's class we just discussed the unit production up to unit production, but in the third point means null productions, we'll discuss the null productions in the next class. Okay, thanks for watching.